Before we take a look at a really interesting play for Monday, let's just take a look at the biggest play of last week, a KAN. A can began running Wednesday. It ran hard immediately. We don't chase. We wait for a clearer setup. We needed a support or resistance, or in this case, a gap. Because it started running so fast, it started halting. When a stock halts, its trading stops for a minimum of 5 minutes. Often these halts can create gaps. Just like daily gaps, these gaps can become support or resistance zones, so we can use them to our advantage. Once ACON started going back up after its consolidation phase, we gave it our full attention. It halted again. It created a gap. It started using this gap as support. So once it came back to the gap for the second time, we got in. Our stop loss just below the gap, so we risked less than 5%. After its second retest, it came straight back up and gave us a 50% move. In after hours, it came back to the gap zone, so we got back in with the exact same plan. It went back up and even broke its previous high. It continued going up in pre-market, which concluded in a more than 120% profit for us. 2 big moves on this one with really low risk. The next plays are with a structure we talked about a lot on this channel, one of our favorite structures to play, the inside bar structure. The first one is ELPW. ELPW started moving Tuesday after hours and made a big move Wednesday with really big volume, the most volume it has ever had. The next day it consolidated with relatively low volume compared to the big move the previous day, so the inside bar was being formed. To complete the inside bar structure and to enter the trade, all we have to do now is wait for the break of the high of the inside bar candle, which is $2.80 in this case. Friday pre-market, it broke the level, so we entered. Our stop loss below the low of the inside bar candle, but it never even came close. It just went straight ripping faces and gave us an almost 50% move. The next one looked really like ELPW, but didn't make its move right away. TORO. Toro started running Wednesday with really big volume, almost the most it ever had. Just like ELPW, it consolidated the next day with relatively low volume. So now we just waited for the break of the high of the inside bar candle, $6.79. After an early dip, it broke the level Friday, so we entered. It went back below our entry, but not below our stop loss, so we stayed in. The rest of the day, it didn't do much, but it also didn't go down, so no reason to panic. In after hours, it finally went and gave us a nice stress-free 15% move. We didn't sell all, because maybe it wants to go some more next week. Namely, it doesn't have big resistance levels here. The last one of this week was SKLZ, which was a bit more risky. This one started moving big Thursday after it got some big news. It won $420 million after a lawsuit. Because it moved so fast, we could do the same thing we did as with AKAN and look for halts and supportive gaps. Or, what we did with this one, we add the daily chart to get a greater overview. Skill's daily chart is really interesting after all. We spot immediately an obvious gap from $8.47 to $7.97. We mark it. When we zoom out a bit more, we can see it has a really strong resistance level, which it rejected from 3 times after it used it as support multiple times. Because this big resistance line is just above the gap, we don't use the gap. We just wait for the break of the resistance. Once it broke it, or in this case opened above the level because it halted the whole time, we got in. It gave us a more than 100% move before it came back down to the breakout level, but here it doesn't stop for this one. Even though it started going down after market close, it consolidated the next day. You know what that means, especially when you look at its daily chart. An inside bar has been formed. This means that this is our top watch for Monday. If this breaks the high of the inside bar, $9.20, we enter. Because of what it did its first day, we know it could go crazy. But as always, stick to the plan. Don't hold when it loses $7.16 and only enter after it broke $9.20. For now, I hope you learned something, and I hope this video helped you further in your trading career. It looks like inside bar structure plays are back. See you hopefully next time.